Okay, now we're ready to put our internal walls in. You'll need to refer to the PDF that you've downloaded from Moodle on the floor layout with the measurements and so forth in it to work out what size all of these rooms are. Here's our internal walls coming around here. Don't worry about doors at the moment. What we're actually doing is just trying to make boxes. So you can see between that one, which is 90, and that one, which is 90, the distance is 2,870. And to find the width of this, you're going to have to come right down here, and you can find that that one goes all the way through, and so the width is 3,560. So you just have to work around and find your measurements off of that. I'm sure that you'll be able to do that. Going back to our drawing now, making sure we're in our ground floor plan, coming up to architecture, choosing wall, and we want to have stud timber, which is obviously in the pull down. It's a single wall. The first one that's really easy to put in is the one around the set down for the garage, and we can just hover over here. By the way, make sure you've got your finished face exterior and also ground floor and up to top plate. Okay. When you get on that, you see a bolt across. We can go across. Now the wall's actually on the wrong side of the set down, so if you hit the shift key on your keyboard, it changes it to the other side, and because we've got chain selected up here, we can keep on moving down to this point here. I don't want to go any further, so I just hit escape a couple of times to come out of that, and we have our first wall in there. Let's just have a quick look at that. Yes, that's looking quite good. So we'll go back to our ground floor level. Now it gets a little bit trickier in that there are several ways that we can draw these in. The main thing is that we get them all in and they're all nice and square, joined up, and that they're at the right distances. So I'm going to show you the way that I do it. First of all, I would just choose this wall here, and you see you've got your extension handle on that. I'm just going to bring that up and make sure I'm keeping it vertical and make it go past this wall here. Then I'd come back in, pick my stud timber wall. I'm going to draw one from that corner all the way across to here, and I've got it on the right side. Just make sure it is going to be on this side. If not, hit your space key, that will turn it from one side to the other. And I'm going to go over to that wall. Hit escape a couple of times. We've got this crossover here. This wants to be a gap into our family room, and we don't want that bit there, of course. What we can do is just click on one of these, and it takes us to our modify section, and we can click trim, click on that one and that one because they're the ones we want to keep, and we trim that up. Now at this stage I want to break this because I don't want that little bit showing. So while I'm in the modify, and I'm going to split elements, I'm going to come in and I want to split this part, but I want to split it on that point there, and it's not really letting me, so I'm going to come up here just a little bit and just split it there. Okay, and I'm going to just split it somewhere nearby as well. And hit escape a couple of times, and then I can go onto that one. I want to pick that, and I want to pick that, and we get that off. So we've got that little bit there we can delete as well. Doesn't matter. We're going to trim that up later anyway once we've got it out of there. The next thing is all these walls are going to be the same width all the way down here, and we've got to put in 1 and 2 of that length. So we can use the copy command. So select your wall, click on the copy, or maybe come over and for some reason this does this a little bit funny sometimes. Just click on that. It's actually got a highlight like that, and click on that, and you see you get this little dash box around that's ready to move. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to find that corner, and that's where I'm going to select it and drag it from. I'm just going to put this in roughly at the moment. It's supposed to be 2,870. I'm going to make it 2,900 and enter. And then I can click on this one, which is actually then measuring between the insides of the walls, and change that to 2,870. Whoops, too many numbers there. 2,870, and enter on my keyboard, and we've got that one correctly in place. You see how it automatically joins in with this wall at the same time. Want to copy this one again, same thing, pick a point, any point on the object, and this one's going to be 2,970. So I'm just roughly going to make sure this is going vertical. I'm going to put in 3000. Enter. Zoom out a bit. Click on that temporary and make it 2970 in between the walls, and we've got it looking like that. Now at this stage I can trim that off, so I'll select that one and I put in a double cut there before I can just delete that one out. Okay, so we're going along well there. We want a wall that comes level with this wall down and hits the shed, the garage wall. Same thing again, pretty straightforward. Come up, it's on the right side, keep it vertical and escape. So we've got our bathroom area in there as well. The next one we want to do is start to put these ones in down here, and we want those to be 2470 from the inside of the wall out to here. We'll get our I'm just going to put this in temporarily where I want it to be. I'll move it around later. It doesn't go all the way, so I'm just bringing it down, making sure it is vertical. Hit escape a couple of times, and we should be able to get that distance there. There it is there. And what did I say we wanted? 24, around 2400. $170, and that should be a meter across there. Let's just put a dimension in and see what we get there, and it is, so we're right there. Then we can do the same thing again. We can put in some walls across here. We need our first wall to be 2250 down. I'm actually going to copy this wall down and then just trim it up later. We should be able to do that. Let's try that. So I'm going to highlight, no, still in the other one. I just need to do escape a couple of times. Select that, copy, come in, pick that corner. I want to bring it down 2250, so I'm just going to bring it down about 2300. Make sure you are vertical, however. And remember these, then you can just go in and put in your 2250 and enter, and we should be able to then just click on that and trim that up. This one's going to come a little bit further, so if we click on double escape again, if you can't select it, always just hit double escape. Just going to pull that down a bit more so our wall goes down a bit further, and we want to copy this one again, and the measurement on this one is 1710, so I'm going to come about 1700 and then change that to 1710, enter, and again we can just use our trim up tool to trim those two off. And that's looking quite good now. We're getting most of our walls in there. Don't worry about doorways at this stage. We do have a little cupboard going in here, and the measurements of that cupboard are 600 by 955. So what we'll do is we'll get a wall in there at about 600. Come up, and we'll just go over to there, hit escape a couple of times. We should be able to get a measurement here. We said that we wanted that one to be 600 in between the walls, so we can just edit that one, enter, and this one here we said we wanted at, off the drawing, 955. Bit of a funny measurement, but that's okay, and then we have that in. So that's all our internal walls, I believe, that we've put in now. We've got all our rooms starting to look quite good. If we go and have a look at a 3D version of that, you can see that we're looking pretty good there, and we can just swing that round and have a look from the other direction with all our rooms in. Okay, once you get to that stage, make sure you are doing a save, and save all of the work that you've done when you believe you have it correct. Okay, go on to the next video when you're ready.